Hello, I am muted. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you have successfully discovered Grandma Plays a Game. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games. Thank you for that. It's just been a day. It's been a day, baby. Um, so, okay. Interesting. Okay. Is that correct? Oh, there it is. Okay. Like, wait a minute. We need to delete that mess that we just did right there. Okay, so that's live broadcasting. We're okay. This is good. You're good. I have you on here. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Throw yourselves into the pillow and blanket fort. Right, professional streamer. Well, my streamer hubris just caught me straight up, Rizzle Fizzle. And those of you who haven't seen Rizzle Fizzle here, you can see that beautiful pink diamond next to their name. That's some OG stream member right there. So I wanted to play Divine Divinity, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've played that before. Sure, it'll be fine. I'll just throw it up. We'll just switch all the stuff and capture it, and everything will be just fine." It was not, in fact, fine. I totally forgot that I needed to run it off the C drive, and not the other drive, and then I couldn't get OBS to capture the game to save my life. It wouldn't pick, I mean, it would let me choose the specific window, but it would not display it at all. And then the game itself messed with my OBS. So we will have to do some reading and some experimentation, and hopefully I can bring it back, because I would really, 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 really like to do some old school games. But anyway, we are going to do some not old school game today. We are going to go here. Not that. Yes, this. Open the game. And andiamo. Thank you, Rizzle. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, that's kind of the beauty of my life, is that karma hits me in my hubris. It's wherever I am being the most prideful. It's like, what's that? You love your hair? Say goodbye to your hair. Um, um, so I have to really, okay, good. We finally can get game capture. Um, and again, like I was saying to everybody in the attempted streams we had up until now, which have since been deleted, oh goodness, my ribs still hurt. I had an injury a week ago Monday. Actually, right before stream. Right before stream. You know, these green screens are collapsible, and it was down in its collapsed form, and down I went. Tripped right over it. So anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm happy to show off the party right now. I'm using Team B. My A team is Shadowheart, my Bay, and oh god, Gale. And I like Karlak to be in that group. I really want that to be my total A team. But I was running Asterion through because we did Cazador's place. So let's pull this up. How you doing there? Alright, so you can see me. I'll see if you get game sound in a moment here. There we are. Let's go over to our load games. Alright, so worm time maybe. So what we have done to now, let's just load this because this is where I'm going. Lazy Gale, look. y'all know that you have this thing? In fact, I meant to show this off. I'm going to put the game. All this beautiful art. So y'all know if you got the deluxe edition of the game, you got an art book, right? Do you know that? I know a lot of people didn't know this with Hitman 3, that you got the whole OST as part of the game files on your computer. Lae'zel, we did. We took some time to romance Lae'zel at the beginning, and we took her to the creche, and we murdered a lot of Githyanki at the creche. She's fabulous. Plus her voice, her actor, Deborah Wild. God, I think I was saying it Devora because I thought I heard her correct somebody in an interview, but I think it was just that the interviewer kept calling her Devora because he was Australian. So anyway, I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, here we are. We're at the quests here. But what I do want to show you is... Okay, we can pull up browser tab there. Go here. Stream assets. Not the soundtrack. I want high-res art book. So, close that. We go here. And here. And knock that out. Look at this. Look at this. So, I was looking at this early on and realized it was chock full of spoilers. But, this is the high-res art book. Coldberg, oh my goodness, my love, look at more pink diamonds coming in here. How the heck are you, sir? How are you? Rizzle, Fizzle, and Coldberg, the same stream. Is it my birthday? It is not my birthday. It is not, in fact, my birthday. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. It's been a year, my friend. It's only February. It has been a year. I thought 2023 was out to get me. 2024 came in with 1-2 punches right off the bat. But overall, things are going well. I'm starting to get my shit back together. This is a local celebrity here, my friends. The Coldberg, look, if y'all don't look, oh god, I don't have a mod in chat. I don't have a mod in chat. Hang on. If y'all don't know, oh, Rizzle, I didn't give you a shout out either. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to. Here we go. Anybody, Sned, Elaine, if you guys are still out there, we're coming back with some BG3. I don't think you've met these folks yet, but please let's go ahead and make sure that we're taking care of our friends in chat. Get those shout outs, get those follows in there. Oh, God bless you all so much. They've put up with like an hour and a half of nothing but tech issues because I was trying to get an older game to play and then completely forgot that older games don't like to play on newer systems and with newer things, and I might not be able to capture it on the same computer. I might have to wait until I have some kind of a game capture card. So yeah, Coldberg, as if you're only here for the games. I know, I want to do an AMA at some point. I mean, a literal, I was a school teacher for 10 years. You can ask me anything. It doesn't have to be about me. Ask me anything. I thought that would be fun. It's not even about me. But look, if y'all want to see some wonderful interviews with streamers, Kohlberg, man, it's not everybody. It's not everybody I like as an interviewer, but you find the questions that get to the passions. And that's something I love about Danny O'Dwyer with No Clip Studios. I love it about Dan Allen Gaming. I've been watching all of his interviews. He is a delightful, Dan Allen Gaming, delightful interviewer. He really, people are at ease with him. They laugh with him. Oh, my friend, I've been away from everybody for so long. I hate it. But it's almost 2 years, almost 2 years. And you guys were really right there when I was starting out and Real Mama Eagle was boosting my signal. And a lot of people found me because I was allowed to be in her chat. So I just haven't been able to watch anybody for the longest time. But I appreciate you. So told my sis today that you were streaming since she was away. Oh, yay! Let's get all the kids in here. Get yourselves in the pillow and blanket for it. Thank you for tabbing me up. You don't have to stay. Grab some cookies. Go take care of your other friends. You know, I know back when I was watching people, I'd have 3, 4 tabs open, switching around in between people's different chats. So it's just, it's been a ride. But I want to take my 2-year anniversary. Yeah, I blame Real Mama Eagle for getting me affiliate in 6 weeks. That was all her fault. And happy Black History Month. Woohoo! We have a lot of things to do on this channel, and I'm not going to forget my roots, and I'm not going to forget the foundations that gave me this opportunity. So, what I'm trying to do is show some things off today because we wanted to play Divine Divinity, which I still do want to play. But that makes me think I need to double check my plans for Deus Ex, the original, and just make sure I'm able to capture things on that as well. So what this is, what I'm trying to show off here is things that people don't realize they get sometimes in their installations. Now, if you're on a console, I can't do much to help you. But if you are on a PC, I will tell you, check your game files. Browse local files and go look. I didn't know I had the OST for Hitman until I went, because I'm one of those people. I'll go look in the files. I'll go look at things and be like, what is in here? Because I used to have to, I used to do that. I mean, sequel and backslash, you know? That's my generation. Hello, Das Shell. Burning all your inspiration. Man, look, I want Larian. I wish they had, because sometimes it is so obvious in the programming. Oh, hang on, Rizzle. You said it's been a ride for me as well. I just moved into a new place. I can tell you I'm sore and tired, but I appreciate... Oh, thank you. I appreciate you too. I'm just sorry I haven't been able to go hang out in anybody else's pillow and blanket forts for a while. Yep. If you got the deluxe version, then you have this art book and you have the OST. You can listen to the entire soundtrack at your leisure. It's downloaded already. So, but look at this. Look at this. You have all of this. This book may contain spoilers. It sure as shit does contain spoilers. Hang on. There we go. It's absolutely beautiful. And I tried reading it early on, and I ran across, because I was pardon me, I was still in Act 1. And so as I came upon some things, it was really weird. But so we have our origin characters, right? I don't like that um artwork, but you can see how all of the options, early concepts that they went through. That one, well, I think because too I've seen so many interviews with Jennifer English and she's so much more fucking adorable than what they drew for Shadowheart. I kind of want Shadowheart to be more like Jennifer English. Um, right? Concept art. And that's what I love about this. And then we can go to Asterion. And look at where he started, right? Versus who you see in the game. They had just, how is he presenting himself as a rogue? Look at Gale. Gale in this iteration, to me, is way more attractive and appealing than the Gale I see in the game right now. Yeah, concept art is fascinating to me because it's almost like being able to read a first draft of somebody's story and to be able to see the evolution. um yeah, see, they get learned scholar of the weave, vowed to become the greatest wizard Faerun has ever known. And I don't know why we didn't get that Gale, right? And I mean, Tim Downey's done a fabulous job with the voice, but something about where the writers went with him and what the voice directors gave Tim just took away from the power I expected Gale to have. Every wizard vows that, right? That's what we found in Roland, that little fuckboy. So I mean, that's the whole hubris of wizards. So I think Gale really epitomizes that as a character. But something in the writing, sorry, writers, you've done a beautiful job throughout this game, but something in the writing of his character, um, that he softened to a point that he feels kind of me. And that's not, I don't know, that's not really the wizard that I would. There is a pathos to him, right? Pathetic in its truest form, pathos meaning suffering. Um, but none of that sense of I can still get through this. So, yeah, we're not romancing him at all. We did romance Lae'zel, but then we turned her down when she wanted to fight us for sex. It was like, I don't see Vareth as that character. Maybe when I go through on my next playthrough. I'm thinking of playing an origin character for my second playthrough. But look at all this. She's fabulous. She's been fabulous from the beginning. Yeah, she's annoying as fuck, but, you know, I think that's one of the joys of their casting Deborah Wild in the role is, I mean, you watch her playthrough and there's a lot of crossover in the take no shit, right? Usually it's do no harm, take no shit. And she's like, do some harm, take no shit. Will and Mizora. Again, look at this version of Will. Look at this version of Will. So much more swashbuckling. A hero. A folk hero. Famed monster hunter. And so much, and again, Theo Solomon, fabulous job voicing this character. But something in the writing and the voice direction just, I don't know, maybe the devs wanted to make sure that any player coming in who wanted to be the manly man conquering hero kind of a thing didn't have competition from the NPCs or the companion characters. I'm not sure. There's Karlak. Look at that. Look at these down here. The variations on the themes. Her concept art is amazing. Now, I've also read and heard that she was a late addition to the game. I always felt a part of everyone's stories except well, I think we might try that today. And Gale, I guess is well, no, we can't try that today. We don't have the right. Do we have the right group or not? I don't know. We'll take a look. We might. We might. I tried it previously and I was like, oh, fuck this quest. I hate this shit. I don't think we have the right spells to do it. But yeah, I like the way they've built Karlak. I like the way Samantha Bayart voiced Karlak. I think it's funny, like she does. So many people assumed Karlak was Australian. And Samantha was like, I did not give her a specific accent. But people have to understand that a lot of the folks from Australia came from the Midlands in the UK. And Gales, I guess, it's part of why I don't care for them. Yeah, I think I did Gale's Mistra thing. I let him go talk to Mistra in the tabernacle. I like Will. And I really hate to alienate him. I mean, we danced with Will. We did a sweet dance. I think we even gave him a kiss. And the fact that I feel like with Theo being the only origin character who's POC, I pay special attention to how much attention so many of the other actors get. And how he is often secondary or tertiary to the conversation. Karlak's character is lovely. We've alienated Halson. That's okay. Bear Daddy can head out. Minsk and Boo we just got. Holy fuck shit. That hamster. That fucking hamster in battle. It's immune to falling damage. Let me just tell you. That's been on your own radar too. Yeah, it just... I don't like that I don't see that happening to any of the other... And, okay, I don't see it happening to any of the other origin character actors, but also having watched them play on high rollers, having watched them play IRL, he's very introverted, Theo Solomon. He's a very quiet guy. He kind of hangs back. Whereas you have somebody like Deborah Wild or Jennifer English, and they're just out, or Neil Newbon, for God's sake. Neil is just a hand grenade in a human. But if you haven't recruited Minsk, I recruited Jaheira, and that was difficult. The Moonrise Towers, the first time I went into Moonrise Towers, she died. So we did go ahead and chase down Minsk and Boo. And Boo is immune to falling damage, which means Boo can be thrown. You just click on Boo, throw Boo. And you throw Boo into battle. And this little beast will do 10 to like 15. I've seen him do 10 to 11 damage every bite. I don't think he's impaired by difficult terrain either. They. I don't think they are impaired by difficult terrain either. Jaheira's fun. The voice actor has taken a lot of shit from people over what even is that accent. It's a fantasy world. It's a fantasy accent. Fuck all the way off. This is an actor doing a fantasy accent for a fantasy character. Please do not try to associate an actual geographic location on Earth to what's happening in Faerun. That's the joy of fantasy accents. And I will say again, since we're in Black History Month, that it is really disruptive to me how every fantasy accent is default some variation on the theme of the 26 accents in the island of the UK, the collection of islands in the UK. French, Italian, Eastern European, possibly something from the Orient, but you don't really want to do too much Peter Sellers, Charlie Chan, before you can't get too far into that before it becomes extremely racist. But there are no fantasy accents that people bring in that are from the continent of Africa at all, or India, and even Hank Azaria came back and apologized that he did such a caricature of Apu on The Simpsons. So we have to bring representation in. We have to represent everybody everywhere so that everybody everywhere can enjoy the game. That nobody feels like they're playing in a world they can't relate to. So Larian's done a great job in so many ways, and there's just more to do. Raphael. This face right here. I not this one so much. This face right here. That says Raphael to me. And we haven't gone back. We are not working with him. And there's Isabel. Look at this. Because the actress, Mia... Oh, I've forgotten. The actress for Isabel made a point to say in her interview with Dan Allen Gaming that the early concept art for Isabel looked a lot more like her. She's Oriental appearing. And when you look at Isabel in the game, not so much. They really did a whole revamp on her appearance. I don't think we ever met Daisy. We've had a little interaction with Orpheus. Hey, Maul. We just in this last one we met Alondra Gray. Because we did go to the Iron Throne. And boy, is Gortash pissed with us. And Minthara, her voice actor is just so distinctive. That is just a ridiculously distinctive voice. So we won't spend too much time here. I know we want to go look at the game. The Night Song, what an amazing character. I love Maul. I'm worried I cut myself off from rescuing her. She's found her way. I think... Oh, who's the little one we rescued from the snake? I think she's gone to me. And then somehow I picked up some kid with a cat named Yenna in Rivington. She lives in my camp now and cooks. But look at this concept art. What a beast. This is kind of the character that I feel Ashley Johnson was playing for Yasha in Critical Role. This sort of an Aasimar. Arabella, there she is. Oh, is she in the sewers? I missed her. You should see my game saves for that, Lord Gortash. Yeah, I like this thing that they did with the hair. That's so much better than the... I mean, the sleeked back, that's definitely a choice. And guys who wear their hair, like, slicked back and oiled down, that's a choice. You are letting everybody know that you are not here to do good things. You might as well just grab that apple and take a bite. Um, Look at this stuff. This is just the detail. I can't art for shit. I can make pictures with words like nobody else. Um, the vision when the prism first activates calls Gortash handsome. I mean, there is a there is an attractiveness in confidence. And I've said this before on stream and people are like, "Why do girls always go for the asshole guys?" And it's like, dude, you're missing something really important about attractiveness. It's not just features. It's not just stuff you can't change about yourself. Confidence is attractive. And the sad thing is when somebody is confidently a complete asshole, they really have to sell it 100%. So that confidence is ramped up. So if you're going to be counterculturally a total dick to everybody, you have to sell it and you have to do it confidently, even if you're wrong. And that confidence is ridiculously attractive. So it's one of the things you see that is the opposite in the incel community is the, why doesn't everybody cater to me? You're like, because I could squish you. You just squish. There's nothing there. You're amoebic. And anemic. There's no iron in your blood. And you've got to believe in something, believe in yourself, whatever your best qualities are. Coldberg, that's very true. Thank you. It's not about the asshole vibe, it's the confidence. Elaine gets it. Still reeling over that description. Oh, really? Gives off the vibe that mommy has to take care of you. Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, golly. There are folks who are into that whole mommy daddy vibe. Catherick, I'll be honest, as nice as it was to have J.K. Simmons as a celebrity in the game, nothing about his read of Catherick drew me in. You're a mom and you hear that enough from your son. Bingo. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I taught kids. I think that's the one thing I wish for a lot of men, because our culture really does not allow them to have this. Here's what I want for you, mask presenting out there. I want you to be able to have relationships like you did when you were 8 years old. Okay, not everything you were taught about how to be masculine, how to be a guy, all of that. Okay, we're sexually dimorphic for reproductive purposes, but that doesn't require you to occupy a cultural space that is the opposite of the cultural space of the people who are sexually dimorphic from you. I don't know that any of that makes sense, but it doesn't have to be opposing sides. It doesn't have to be strictly differentiated. So when I would teach, 8-year-old boys are some of my favorite creatures. And I look at myself at 8 and the friendships I had at 8. And it's just, if guys could relate to girls the way they do at that age, before they get, ew, yuck, girls, which happens at 9, generally. And that has a lot to do with brain development and the start of the prefrontal cortex and all of that. But when I think about Sushi Cannon, my darling, mwah, welcome in, Sushi. When I think about what I see with guys being emotionally cut off from society, emotionally cut off from one another, told exactly what kind of friendships they're allowed to have, how many men end up in relationships with women so that they have some kind of emotional outlet. It's the only place they can show emotion is in a relationship with a woman. And I think, God, what if you could have those friends you had on the playground when you were 8. Boys, girls, everybody. Everybody plays with everybody. Right? It's no, who's your boyfriend? Who's your girlfriend? It's just like, we play together and have fun, and we tell each other, oh my gosh, I had this dream last night, and there was this dragon, and the dragon, I was riding the dragon, and all of that beautiful excitement. I want to bestow that on adult men and be like, you can have this. You just got to claim this for you. Okay? I want you to claim that. I want you to unapologetically grab the hands of your friends, men and women, and be allowed to be friends again. And stop all of this cultural indoctrination that is there to sell you products and sell you entertainment to support the norm. It's not a norm. You didn't have to grow out of that. You weren't required to train yourself to become something else. The only person you have to satisfy is you. And somebody told you you wanted something that you don't actually want. And I think that goes in a lot of ways the opposite direction, but I haven't really looked at that quite as hard because my heart just goes out to how suffocated men are in Western culture as far as being allowed to have any emotion. Hello, Oren. Speaking of which, that's another thing I've noticed in this game is, okay, first of all, doppelgangers don't need to have any gender or dimorphic sexuality. But while the game gave people multiple options for mask-presenting genitalia, they pretty much on almost all of their characters have the exact same breast size. Almost every single femme-presenting character in this game has the exact same breast size, the little fat bags on her chest, and all the nipples point up, which is really disruptive. The axe of truth. Axe of truth. Sushi Cannon. I used to say all the time, all I ever wanted for my son was for him to be happy, content, to enjoy his time. And I believe that. I believe that you created that nest for him to be that person. Elaine, I'm glad that boobs aren't ginormous monstrosities. Well, that's true. I will be happy for that. But I still think it's unrealistic for everybody to have a C cup. But Oren's armor really weirds me out. Well, it's not armor. I mean, if anybody doesn't watch Jill Barup, here, let me do this. You can go look that up on YouTube. She does fabulous fantasy armor breakdowns. She is a stunt woman. She's Scottish. She's hilarious. So, yeah, go do that. Which she just, people send her like, what about this armor? What about that? That's not armor. Every single vulnerable spot under the arms, right in the middle of the gut, in between, in the inner thighs, all those places where there are major arteries, right up there in the neck, no protection, they're all open. And so there's nothing defensive about that. It's strictly decorative. But I realized, because I deal with D plus fat bags on my chest, that it's like, okay, first of all, not all nipples point north. And second of all, where's the A cups? Like paper mache. This little fucker, let's not, though. Okay, I didn't even meet these people. Let me be honest. I got out of the cursed Shadowlands as quickly as fucking possible. Hated it. Hated every minute of it. I don't like horror. I don't like things that jump out at you in the night. And so these are all, guess what? These are all, are they siblings? Somehow they're related to Ketheric, because they're all Thorms. So, slung between the rolling folds of Thizabald's gray flesh is a series of tubes into which he retches a... Retches? I think that should just be an R without a W. A liquid stream, a cloudy Belgian beer that is collected in the brewery keg carried on his back. Yeah, he's retching as in heaving, throwing up. He is the brewer, after all, a dealer in information who uses alcohol, a kind of truth serum, lol, to ply secrets from his patients. Look at these body concepts. This is the kind of concept art that's just good. Who? I can't imagine the people who do this have sweet dreams. My twink of a character somehow outdrank him. Well, don't ever look. I knew somebody who was string bean, like over 6 feet, 2% body fat, could not get drunk. Could not get drunk. There's just no level of alcohol that I ever saw him drink impaired him. It's hilarious. And then Garangoth, look what they put inside. I don't even know what that is. So Malice, spindly and spider-like, Malice moves with deadly precision, a skill that comes in handy when operating on the unfortunate souls under his care. As surgeon, he cuts away the flesh of his patients, removing their pain and suffering piece by piece until nothing remains. Malice's design is a twisted fusion of the surgical instruments he wields and historical medical garb, inspired by the uniform of plague doctors and the brass-based mechanical aesthetics of steampunk. He was a fascinating character to see. Oh, headcanon-wise, my character avoids alcohol, so it was super funny. I think Vareth is pretty much like that too, because he's ranger and I want him to be full on like raised by wolves boy. The keeper of the coins, Garangoth, was one of the most complex characters to design. Once a human with a passion for gold, her body became mutated by greed and transformed into a heaving mass formed by thousands of golden coins. But this is just her carapace, under which lurks something monstrous, a disgusting, worm-like creature who can only be defeated when her golden shell is destroyed. Yep, wanted nothing to do with any of that. No. Ah, locations. Look at this shit. That people can make that happen in 2 dimensions. They just think it and pick up things to make it happen. Now, this one is definitely spoilery. There we go. There's your big map of the whole game. The entire game right here. I think that's the prison there. Worms Rock? Maybe. Might not be. The Nautiloid. Early concepts on that. Brain puppies. Oh no, that's the... Look. Y'all. We know, right? If you know, you know. The Emerald Grove. We didn't see this at all. I mean, it was way out, as far as I can remember, it was all out in the sunshine. There was no cover over top. They definitely shifted some things around. Because I just didn't get this vibe, this treehouse vibe out of it. And maybe that's just me. More Emerald Grove. Look at this stuff. Tree variations. This must all be Nettie. Variations on a theme of Nettie. The little statues, the wolf, the bear, the owl, the eagle. I think that's them. I think I got that right. The defiled temple with the goblins. Now, it didn't have any brightness to it. That one was all underground. Ooh, they went all the way out for the torture rack, didn't they? Madness. All the spiky things. The Hag's Lair, we did not go there. No, we did not do that. But the differentiation between the sunlit beach and the actual Hag's Lair. And then the Underdark. But we're not going to go through this whole thing. But I did want to show that to you just for a minute because I don't think enough people realize they have all of this. They have lore attached to every single thing. And then if you really want, I mean, there's a whole lot of pages. We're only on page 56 and it goes all the way out because they do the whole thing on armor and weapons and things like that. So you can see, but having an appreciation for the years and years and years of development that went into all of this artwork. All of the designs that were made and discarded, evolved. I mean, the sheer volume of cutting room floor debris has got to be just massive. I'm thinking about playing a bard next time because right now Vareth has a -1 charisma and it's starting to hurt. It's really starting to hurt in some of these areas where I need more. So what I'm thinking of doing is going to take a quick break. And then we can come back and actually go enjoy the game. So let me pop over to here. And boop. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. How about that? Okay, I will BRB. Hello, my darlings. I have returned to you. Wait for it. Okay, hello. That wasn't quite the end, but I'm gonna interrupt the music right there. Welcome in, welcome in. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you have successfully discovered Grandma Plays a Game. I'm Grandma. This is my channel where I play games. Yeah, I needed to take a quick bio break so we can actually go to the game. I don't know how long we're gonna spend at it. I need to go make some lunch and just do some things. So, thank you for being here. Make sure you get your cookies. There is a pillow and blanket fort around here somewhere. Exclamation point lurk. If you're going to lurk, that'll put you safely in the pillow and blanket fort. And if you see somebody else go into the pillow and blanket fort, exclamation point blanket will lay a nice warm blanket over top of them while they curl up and fall asleep watching Grandma play games, because that's what we do here. Anyway, we are playing Baldur's Gate 3 today, super casual, because I couldn't get Divine Divinity to work because, reasons. Hubris. Okay. This is where we are. Consider Gortash's bargain. We're not going to get that because we went to the Iron Throne and did some shit. Megalox! Hello, love! Oh my goodness. Look at all of these folks coming out today. I appreciate you. Hey y'all, go check out Megalox. Another wonderful streamer I haven't seen in 100 years because I haven't been here. But look, for y'all who haven't seen me for a while, just know this. After I lost my cat, I need the music to stop for a minute. It's just too much, game. It's just constant. Okay. Just... there we go. Kill it for a second. Alright, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In July of 2022, his lordship, my darling cat, disappeared, missing presumed dead. And I kind of lost everything for a few months and then tried to come back a little bit last year, but I picked up a job that was just brutal hours-wise and effort-wise, and I just didn't have anything. So I kind of limped through keeping streaming up, but I really lost track of being able to watch anyone. So I'm really sorry for that, because a lot of you were people that I got to just love to tune into and enjoy, even folks that I absolutely adore. I used to spend every morning, you know, it's like 8 o'clock out here. I'm like, real Mama Eagle, tune that girl up. So I hope that she's doing well, and everybody who really helped me to launch my channel, because I appreciate the shit out of you. So let's take a look at where we're going. We have the Blade of Frontiers. So we did dock at the Iron Throne. He activated the destruction of the secret base, and our bargain is gone. But we did manage to rescue the Grand Duke. So we've come over to camp. Do we need to go talk to Mizora real quick? Oh, we might. It looks like that's completed. So what we have now is the Legend of Ansur. We discovered a great worm resides in a secret lair called the Wormway. The entrance is apparently located somewhere within Worm's Rock Prison, and the notes inside it hint that opening the way involves lightning sparks and torches. So we kind of want Oh, Megalux, thank you. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Get your cookies. Um, that was kind of what I was thinking of going to next. Oh no, we don't want to do any of that. Our Githyanki warrior has been kidnapped. We learned of a ritual in the Devil's Sphere that can open a portal to the House of Hope. That's where we're supposed to go to free Orpheus. We should head there to retrieve the Orphic Hammer. Kithrak Voss suggested we find a way to infiltrate Raphael's House of Hope to take the Orphic Hammer. He'll be waiting for us in the sewers. I think he's going to kill us. I do not trust Kithrak Voss at all. Rescue Warren's victim. She abducted Lae'zel. She told us she'll release her if we kill Gortash. So, yes, we have romanced Lae'zel. We have romanced Shadowheart. We made sandcastles with Shadowheart. I don't know why people have sex on beaches. I don't know why people try to get romantic in cold water. Do we not understand blood flow? Do we not understand that erections require lots of blood flow? Everybody's? I don't... And sand. Look, I'm with Anakin on this one. Fuck sand. Impress the murder tribunal. Look, I walked in there a little too quickly. And had my ass handed to me real fast. Although this might be a good group to take in there. If I give everybody maybe some fire resistance or something, I don't even know what those people are going to throw at us. It's 3 underlings and Baal himself, I think. So I don't know what we're going to do. Let's come out of here and look at this. So this is the party so far. This is what I was telling you about Karlach. Look at this shit. Look at her. Yeah, so end of the day, Megalox, I've really only been streaming maybe a few hours a week. I just finally got back to 2 days. But it has been difficult. I'm still here. I'm not gone yet. I still have a lot of plans. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I want to bring back the Sexual Health is Mental Health chat show and do that maybe even just once a month or something. So that we can keep everything going. That armor, right? Let's look at it specifically. Come here. Come here. Look at it. This is the, wait a minute. Can we? Yeah, we can. Let's just unequip that for a moment. So we can see the fullness of the glory of this armor. Oh, she has her crossbow out? Come here. Switch. There we go. That's the halberd. Doesn't she look magnificent in this? I would probably hate that on Shadowheart. It would be like way too overly sexual. But for some reason on Karlach, yeah, it's completely hot, but it's also like, yep, I'm just kicking it. I look fabulous in this. I also love that the gloves kind of match it. Did everybody's hair go white? She's just fabulous. I've managed to lurk in a few. It's been nice. Oh, but I know how hard it can be to sneak in streaming around pressure. Yes. Yeah. And I don't know how anybody who has a full-time job manages to stream on top of it. I don't have that kind of energy. Now, I want you to pay special attention right over here to our girl Jaheira. Because what you may not know about Jaheira is she can summon a dryad. Now, the Dryad will fight alongside you. She can use Nature's Step, Entangle, and summon a Woodwode. So Nature's Step means when she's around her allies, they can't be affected by difficult terrain. They can't be restrained or paralyzed, and they're resistant to poison damage. That's OP in some circumstances. If she is within a range of them, they can't be affected by difficult terrain, restrained, paralyzed, and they're resistant to poison damage. But look what else she can do. She can summon a Woodwode. Let's look at what that Woodwode is. Summon a Woodwode bound to your tree to fight alongside you. Well, here's the Woodwode right here. That's my Woodwode. Look at this magnificent creature. Isn't that beautiful? So, what we have with our Woodwode, strength of 18, and they're toting around, I guess their weapon and shield are both made from their body, but they're piercing resistant, bludgeoning resistant, poison resistant. They have a magic club, 3 to 12 bludgeoning, opportunity attack, permanently armed, regeneration. The Woodwode regains 10 hit points if it walks through a vine surface unless it recently took fire damage. So, the Woodwode can create vine surfaces, entangle other people, where the Dryad can make sure that the allies have no problem with difficult terrain, and then the Woodwode gets regeneration of 10 hit points. I mean, come on, y'all. Hi, Jaheira. And then she can also here. Okay, so that's this is Conjure Woodland Being. The Woodland Being summons the Woodwode, not Jaheira. So they can all exist at the same time. She can also conjure Elemental. She can also conjure a minor elemental from the plane of fire. She can conjure 2 ice methods that can hurl and exhale ice, and you can make them explode in a ball of ice. Or mud methods. They breathe mud and they explode when they die. Now that breathe mud, I believe, creates a restraining surface. Yes. So when we went to the Iron Throne, if you want to know a strategy that was really super helpful, we took a metric fuck ton. Did you get her monk levels yet? I didn't. You know what? I chose to keep her as a druid. And then what I did was I spec'd out Minsk. He got 3 levels of ranger, and then I gave him fighter, because I'm playing a ranger. And I wanted him to have a whole lot of combat ability. And so I think that really, for me, takes care of the dope monk ship. Because she gets a lot of them. I mean, look at this. Just look at this. She can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companions just on her own. I gave Karlach Scratch's ball, so Karlach summons Scratch, who is really wonderful because Scratch can use the help action. And then Minsk has Boo, and Boo can be flung into the center of anything and then just start dropping 10 damage on everybody. So I had Jaheira with 2 ice mephits, a dryad, a woodwode. Karlach had Scratch. Minsk had Boo. And Vareth had his dire raven. And so I used the companions to protect the ladder and used invisibility and dash to get down the hallways and dimension door scrolls to bring people back. I mean, you don't have to bring them back. They'll run back on their own. But when it comes to the Duke, you need to GTFO as quickly as you can. So I also really like her wild shape options. We've been using the Dilophosaurus because the corrosive spit sprays a target with corrosive fluids that slowly melts away its armor class. 1 per turn. And then there's also a... oh, it doesn't tell you all the actions. She can also do a pounce, where she can pounce on an enemy and knock them prone. And that, I believe, is a bonus action. So, oh, Vareth, are you still wearing that stupid hat? Look, y'all, don't at me with this. It grants advantage on persuasion and deception, and when we're walking around the city, that's kind of what we need. Is I will take advantage over 1d4 any day. Advantage is objectively better than a 1d4 in most cases, which goes back to what I was saying earlier. I really want him to have this. +2 bonus to attack, initiative, and perception, and he also gets detect thoughts. There we go. So, yeah, that's where the party is right now. Although we just had a lot of discussions with everybody. I don't see any exclamation points. Do I need to talk to Mizora real quick? Oh, Scratch, I love you so much. We did rescue Volo down by the foundry.
I bet you're pleased with yourself. Saving Ravengard and making a fool out of me in a single swoop.
Well...
Go on. Do your gloating. You've earned it.
I will.
Damn right I did. My father is safe and my chains are broken.
Oh. You're such a loser, Mizora. You broke a contract. Look, we already turned her down for seduction. It's a trick. It's got to be. A bargain's a bargain. Do we want to tell her what we think right now, though?
Indeed. A bargain's a bargain.
Uh-oh.
And the man who skirts a sworn pact is living on borrowed time. For now, you've tipped the scales in your favor. But all it takes is a whisper.
Well, maybe I should have slept with her.
To tip them back.
I don't think I'm getting away with this. Yeah. Oh! 13. Oh, I'm so glad I got this brace for my rib cage. It is definitely helping.
Ravengard will fall.
Oh, we got it.
I will strike when the Duke has the most to lose. And I have the most to gain.
That's alright. I'm not really here to save Will's dad forever. I know you will come for him. Try it and I'll save him again and kill you while I'm at it.
Clause A, Section 2. Should Soul Holder choose to abandon his patron, he is freed from his duty. His father, Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard, will be thus fated to die by an enemy's hand.
All right, fine, but
A
you need us
sealed
to
pact
succeed.
is mightier than even Asmodeus's ruby rod. Do you think by merely saving a duke that you were ripping it through? You're such a witless little thing. Laugh in the face of the Archduchess Zariel, and she only laughs back. By all means, struggle and
Karlach in the
seethe when I
background,
come for Zariel's prize.
being magnificent.
Play the hero. Put up a fight. But don't forget who signed away his own father's life when Ravengard's finally bled.
Well, I don't want her out of here. Keep her close. Friends close, enemies closer. We already talked to Ravengard. Good man. That man. So close to death so many times. Okay. Hey, Boo. Can I talk to Boo? No. Can talk to Minsk. I don't know. Maybe we won't go play the game at all today.
Come to speak of the last time Minsk stood watch?
Toss my enemies into
it was
lava.
Boo.
I'd like to know a little bit more about you. You called yourself Nadeshka before. What does that mean?
It is a phrase in the old tongue of Rashiman, meaning blunt blade. Even in the very belly of their battle rage, a berserker must always know friend from foe. A berserker who cannot must into battle with a blunted sword, so that their rage might harm none but themselves.
Ooh. Dang, I took off that hat too soon. So be like Boo and fight with the weapons nature gave you. You're a survivor. I've wagered you've taken down a fiercer quarry with less than a blunted sword. Keep all sharp objects away from you. Let's try this one. Oh, can I have guidance, please? Oh, Will gets 1d8 for Bardic Inspiration now? That's nice. Yes, I multi-classed him into Bard.
Boo and I, we thank you for your kind words, my friend. But Minsk knows when he has made a mess that is for him and him alone to clean.
Yeah,
But still,
you did.
I will strive to be worthy of this faith you show in me. After all, even a blunt blade can break some bones, is it not so?
Most blades were meant to be slashing and not piercing. Again, go watch Jill Barup on YouTube. Elaine, you cracked me up. Maybe we just walk around and talk to everybody for a second?
What is it, Cub?
Oh, Cub. Look. I don't want to discuss the scroll. She can call me Cub. She's old. Hi, Shatters.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Yes, I am. I'm so pretty. Oh, look, I do this all the time.
Of course.
Beep.
I
Give us a
thought you'd
kiss.
never ask.
Aw, I love love. What's funny is I have no investment for either character in that activity. It's just, it's something like when I look at couples who get along really well and support each other, that's the feeling I have about it. Oh, very nice. Blushing feels nice. Nope, I think that's all good. Do we want to talk to anybody else? Do we have any more to do with Volo? Was that Volo? He told us something. I can't remember. Man has 18 hit points.
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as possible.
Thanks. Can I see your wares? What you got? Oh, shit. Dude, we had like over 10,000 gold at one point. What's that? Well, this is fun stuff. Ooh. I keep getting wall stuff, and I haven't really figured out how to use it. We burned a bunch of dimension doors. How long did it take me? How long did it take me to figure out in the inventory? By the way, in case you don't know this, this is the thing. In the inventory, the scrolls are listed alphabetically. Right? Ice, lightning, magic missile, misty step, protection from energy. Sunbeam is lovely. That is a delightful spell. What do you have over here? The Wonders of Fendalin, Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters, Fringe Philosophy, For the Attention of Volothamp Gedarm. I don't think we're actually going to go anywhere today. I blush easily and I am learning to accept compliments. You know, I think one of the most helpful things, because for years, Elaine, for years, I could not forget. I can't talk. That's the Woodwode, and that's the Dryad, and that's the Ice Mephit. One of them died. Grub still won't let me talk. Hey, Scratch.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
You're so sweet. I love you so much. So, once upon a time, I shared an apartment with my sister, and there were some people downstairs who occasionally had a habit of just playing their music really, really loud. I am auditorially sensitive, so it probably didn't even have to be that loud. Where's Cubby? Hi, Cubby. I love you, Cubby.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you.
Thank you. Petit corps. I know I don't have to use the mouse. But anyway, we had asked them to turn it down twice. They didn't. My sister went off to work and I was just stuck there by myself, and I finally went, I'm gonna call the police on a noise complaint. So I did, and then after a little while I heard one of them out on their balcony on the phone with somebody saying, no, it was the ugly one. Meaning about who had come down and made complaints. And that stuck with me for years. Because
nice
even though...
here. The caves smell like rotting meat. Goblin camp smells like goblins.
that I had never had any reinforcement for being beautiful or pretty. It was always like, oh, you look so cute. Nobody had ever said, oh, wow, you're kind of ugly. But I let that sit. It is rude. I let that sit with me for a long time. And then, I realized that, like, all of the times that I'd had any kind of reinforcement about how I look, those things didn't stack up and sit in a little pile over here to balance that whole thing out. And then I spent some time looking at what happens to young people, especially teaching kids.
Yes, fun.
I love the little bounce. I can't not do that every time. I have to do that every time. How would people would talk to the kids that I was teaching? Aelin and Isabel fucked off. Did my hookah pipe disappear? Did they take the hookah pipe with them? Ladies! Ladies! That was not necessary. Oh man, we got that cool thing for him, crackling with Kareska's lightning. Look,
What's on your mind?
I don't know. Nope. 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 Okay, maybe. Why does Elminster have such faith in you?
I've often asked myself the same question, and never really found a satisfactory answer. He clearly sees something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it.
Oh, Gale.
I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese.
See,
Apparently.
they rounded his face out. They took away the angles that... Anyway, so as we're talking about appearance. But I realized at one point there's a certain burden on people who are told how attractive they are their entire lives. It's kind of a pretty girl syndrome. It starts becoming identifying. Right? And you can't escape it, because at the end of the day, you didn't make yourself physically attractive. Unless you went early on in life and got a whole bunch of plastic surgery to rearrange your features, you just happened to be formed a certain way, and that symmetry, because we know that it's generally about symmetry, that symmetry tends to be very appealing to people when they look at a face. And then going through the whole weight conscious America in the 80s and 90s and diets and everything, and the whole, like, people would go, oh, but she has such a pretty face. I'm just really trying to put my brain back around attractiveness as a concept and saying, you really don't have control over how people perceive you. Oh, you're beautiful, and that's a good thing. So if you're not beautiful, that's not good. Right? You have advantages. You have now been given advantage roles in life where if somebody wants to give you a ticket, you can bat your eyes and roll with advantage and take the highest of those two rolls and go, yes, but I'm pretty. Don't you want to have favor with someone who has advantage, right? Yeah, so maybe you're not good enough. In home care, I've worked with people who looked different, extremely different, from 99% of the people you're going to see. And you just go, well, wait a minute. Does that mean they're not attractive? So I think both back and forth, the realization that you have no control whether or not someone looks at you and goes, most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. You know, or somebody who's like, well, it's not about how you look, about what is in your heart. Which just says, your features are not attractive to me. I mean, you have to be very aware of what you're not saying as well. Sushi Cannon says, I used to tell my ex-husband to never compliment things I can't control, right? Don't tell me I have pretty eyes or nice skin. Thank you for that. Yes. Elaine, hang on a second. I'm the second eldest of 4 adult siblings and 2 kid sisters, and constantly my grades were the best part of the elder 4, and the other 3 were compared to me, and it made me feel like I had to be perfect and couldn't fail. Right, you had to hold yourself, you had to adopt that model role. And it was confirmed when my mom told me she thought less of me after finding out years after the fact that I had a single detention. right, conditional love. Family reputation. What makes you successful in your family and things like that. And I realized that I even the I had a boyfriend early on. He was absolutely gorgeous. I honestly still to this day have no idea what he was doing with me. Um, like 6'2", 220, junior bodybuilder, stunning physically in his appearance. And I used to always look at him and I'm like, you are so gorgeous. And he's like, you are so smart. Sned, I imagine my sister feels similarly. She's so much better at school than I am. I mean, exactly. That's why I don't speak with her anymore, among other things. It's just when you're raised in a litter where things are competitive, right? Where the strongest ones get food. I have two other sisters, and the oldest one was always reinforced for her appearance. The second one was always reinforced for her intelligence, so I went for humor. Okay, you're gonna have to be the funny one. And I don't know, I think with a lot of other reputation issues, as they say, your reputation is what it is. Nobody's gonna believe you when you say what it is. You can't walk into a room and say, I'm beautiful. Recognize me for it. Because the first thing that other people are going to do is look for reasons that you're not the thing you say you are. You just have to let it stand for itself. And to say, how much does beauty matter to me over how much does attractiveness? Because being an unattractive person, to me, means you're someone that people don't want to be around. And being an attractive person, to me, means you're someone that people do want to be around, which means you have a greater opportunity to positively impact other people. But end of the day, I can't go in and change my nose or my eyes. You know, I was always told that having great tits was going to be such a boon in my life. It hasn't done shit for me. Honest to goodness. Except possibly saved my rib cage when I fell. We weren't raised competitively, but that doesn't mean we weren't compared. Oh, okay. The contrast between us was too great not to. I don't know. I only have one sibling that I really have anything to do with now. It's just because we support each other. We're there for each other when we struggle. We boost each other up when we're low. We celebrate each other's successes. And I feel like that's what matters in friendships.
I brought my own paring knife.
Yeah, you say that every time. Grub, please don't look at me.
Please, don't look at me.
Alright, cool. Cool. I don't think we're gonna go out on a quest today. I'm not really feeling it. Oh, I haven't spoken to Withers for a little while. Let me just go see if he has anything to say. We're just doing housekeeping today. But end of the day, you have to make yourself who you want to be. You have to make the food the way you want to make it. And there are going to be people who like it and people who don't, and it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. You have to make yourself the way you would make food. This is a thing that is satisfying to me. I chose this deliberately. And those are the things on your personality menu The rest of it, you know, you can't control the plate that it gets served on. That's the plate you came with, right? That's your physiology. But there are going to be people who aren't even invited to eat it who are going to have opinions about it. Yep. Okay, have fun with that. I mean, if you want to be upset about things and get wrapped around an axle on things, then that's pretty much not my choice. It's beyond my control. Sned, top 10 of her class versus bottom 20 of mine, and I'm the oldest, so everyone experienced my failures for experiencing anything of her and her successes. Ouch. Ouch. I recently did also run across another oldest child who was counter stereotype oldest child and had a younger sibling. So this oldest child was actually behaved like a typical second child, like really under the thumb, struggling for approved success and things like that. And the younger sibling was like top of the class, college, running for public office where they lived and things like that. And it's just like the one that I'm at was like super chill. You just take things as they come. And it's like, this is the weirdest sibling dynamic I've seen in a long time. And I love it. I love counter stereotype. No, we don't need that right now. Hey, Withers, what's up?
Fate spins along as
Still?
it should.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Sushi Canna says, it's not failure versus success. Bingo. It's about what matters to you, where you excel, and that your sibling has a different set of criteria. Yes. She overvalues grades now, and I just wonder how much my struggles screwed her over. Right, because she probably received a peripheral requirement to do better. Not just that she naturally did better, but you must do better. And teachers misjudging her preemptively. True facts. Right? You may have set some expectations for the path that she grew up in. No, we're going to leave. Oh, we didn't talk to Asterion. Hey, buddy. We went through Cazador's place. Oh, he still has Curse of the Sired? God. I kept giving Shadowheart remove curse.
What can I do for you?
Oh. Nope, nothing left to talk about. Okay. Cool. Good talk. Alright, let's go in the middle here. We're not going anywhere today. We're just chilling out in the pillow and blanket fort, talking about life, the universe, and everything. Because that's what we do. Oh, what's in here? Actually. It's difficult when before you're an adult, and have your own set of measurements and values, what's good, be able to make choices for yourself that aren't in that fence line of the sheep pen moving you in certain directions, and or the rat maze, giving you cheese if you turn a certain corner. That reward system has to begin to come internally of, this is who I want to be. These are the qualities I want to magnify in myself. We got some clothes. We robbed a place, didn't we? Got a whole bunch of clothes. that we sent to camp. Look at all of these books. I haven't sold shit, y'all. I need to just go do, no, that's not it. Anarchic blue, anarchic blue, anarchic white. This one, the angelic scion. Yikes! I tried putting that on Shadowheart. That was scary. I should show you what Gale has. Oh, here they all are. Here they are. Destitute clothes. No. Comfortable blue-red outfit. City of Brass. Chatterbox's tabard. Oh, Chatterbox. Comfortable red shirt. Diamond pattern garb. Eminent obsidian. Look at that shit. Sushi says, I hope very much you don't burden yourself with that, Sned. Your ability to fit the forms and take tests at school or difficulty with doing so is not a reason for your parents to project opposite expectations on your sister. Speaking the truth. Speaking the truth. I think one of the greatest pieces of advice I ever got in therapy. Oh yeah, we took Gale's clothes off and gave him something else. I can't show you right now. It says black. It's not, though. Because I was having difficulty having lost my mother to cancer when I was in high school. Having my father remarry less than a year later gave me some serious bullshit. We have a lot of vagabond clothes. Wait, Snugglesome green shirt. Some serious bullshit regarding my dad. And years later when I was in therapy, my therapist challenged me. I love this outfit. That's what I'm wearing. What if your dad weren't your dad? What if he were your next door neighbor's dad? What would you think of him? Just for a moment, live in a universe where he doesn't have the title father. Who is that guy? With his history, what you know of him, your experiences of him, and damn if that didn't open up a whole realm of possibility for me to, and it wasn't about forgiving him for not doing things that I needed a father to do for a child who lost their mother. I mean, yes, he also lost his wife, but he appeared to get over that pretty quickly. Still not bitter. Oh, no. What? What? We have so many clothes now. I forget who we robbed. Like some elves or something. Oh, yeah, it was Castledor's Palace. That's what it was. If you're gonna steal clothes, go steal it from some of the best-dressed vampires in the realms. But to be able to say, I subtract from you the expectation that made me feel like you slighted me, that made me feel like I need to forgive you. So it wasn't about, I forgive you for not being the father I wanted. I forgive me for wanting a father I couldn't have because I know who you are. I know who you are, and you weren't able to do the things I wanted. And the title of father couldn't obligate you enough. So let me just walk that back. Maybe father isn't the title I thought it was. And maybe that's not the thing you are. Does any of that make sense? He was happy when my parents divorced and the therapist couldn't understand it. Oh, interesting. Sned says, I know and I agree. I know how others' views of us aren't my responsibility, but there's still negative effects of things caused by me. Sort of. It's difficult to not feel guilty about it. It is. Guilt is an incredible emotion. I could have done more. I could have done better. And I think we have to be nurturing with ourselves when it comes to those feelings. It's important to take care of yourself through that and in it. I'm going to let you guys talk. I'm not going to read all that out loud. You guys get to be supportive to one another. So I will say, as a result of that therapy, because there were many, many, many more things that I was going through in therapy. Look at this fucking trunk. Yeah. No worries, baby. All my grandkids in the pillow and blanket fort taking care of each other. I love this. Make some hot... I'll go make some hot cocoa while you guys chat. Oh, one of these is Lazel's. I'm terrified to take another long rest. I have a short rest available, but Shadowheart is totally out of spells. What's the team I have now? Let's look at the spell book here. I'm going to let you guys chat. But do realize sometimes that perceived injury isn't always a failing on the part of someone else, but an expectation that was not going to be achieved. Right? The hamster can't swim. So, yeah. Have your hot cocoa. You can have it with water or milk, however you like. I've been having tea more often recently. So, Will has a bunch of spells. I don't think Karlak... Wait a minute. Karlak? No, come out of here. Okay, she has 3 rages left. Okay. Jaheira is looking pretty good on spells. Vareth is looking pretty good on spells. I gave him one of those potions that gives you a short rest and recovers all first and second level spell slots. There's one that gives you the effects of a long rest. And there's another one that gives you the effect of a short rest, but it restores first and second level spell slots. Okay, Sushi, I'm going to read that one out. The most powerful question I was ever asked was, if I was back there now, what could I have actually done differently? Or what more could I have done? And the answer is nothing. I do that to myself, you know, just in the years, the 2 years between my mother's cancer coming out of remission and her passing away, of just like, I didn't show her how much I loved her. I didn't care for her the way I could have. Without recognizing that's where we were at the time. We had the relationship we had because of the experiences that built up to it. And that I was like 15 when her cancer came out of remission, and we'd just come through a year of absolute madness. With her having hydrocephalus and that causing pressure on her brain and making her in chronic pain and angry all the time. And so my going through my teenage hormonal stuff caused us to be in a lot of conflict at the time. So I could go back, and I did for years go back to a lot of that. It was just like I missed an opportunity. And I think that's one of the benefits. Please forgive me. I don't mean to be trivializing it, but how much playing games is good for your mental health and just giving you sometimes schemas to wrap things in. Now, a schema is like an outlet, and if you have an experience, it's like a plug, right? So if there's no outlet for the particular plug you have, then you just sit there with it in your hand. You have nowhere to put that, nowhere to contextualize an experience. So sometimes what playing games can give you is that ability to contextualize an experience, because prefrontal cortex says we have difficulty distinguishing what's fantasy and what's real. That playing Fallout New Vegas, where I didn't have to go through and do everything perfectly the first time, straight through playthrough, no save scumming, right? There's no such thing as save scumming. If you don't know, they currently, Jay Britton and his chat refer to it as retconnoisseuring. Because one of the best things you can do in a game is to not treat it like real life. Is to not treat it like there are no second chances. Take those second chances, experience those second chances, and sometimes you find out that you keep going back to a save, but because of the experiences you've had up to that save, there's not a damn thing you can do that's going to change the outcome. Something I had to think about, certain things that happened to me, was that the me I was then is not the me I am now. True facts. And that I did the best I could then with what I had. Elaine, you got a lot of wisdom going on right there. And just mentally give that younger me a hug. Yep, me from the past. I'm sorry that's the way it was. I am so sorry. I was not in a position to take care of you at that point. You were young and on your own, and you did the best you could with what you had.
Still
It's just
breathing.
like, hey, why are you having ketchup sandwiches for dinner? Because that's all I have. So you can't 10 years later look back at you and be like, you should have eaten a healthy meal. I didn't have anything else. That's what I had. So why I keep saying to you that one of the most important things you can do for yourself mental health wise are to take care of your appetites in healthy ways. All of your appetites. Take care of them in healthy ways. Why I want you to be your best lover. Because that's in the now. It doesn't change what happened yesterday. It could possibly have a positive impact on tomorrow, but it's now. Be nurturing to yourself. Because if you do the opposite, it will also have a continuing effect for the future. But what you do now, this is important. The best you can with what you have. Oh, but you could go back and find that sort. There are a couple of things in this. If you go look at where we've been in this, oh, dude, we tried to save those. We tried to save those stupid Gondians. It was just like, nope, we are not making it. We are not getting through this. The cargo basement. We went back to the guild hall with Minsk. We did all of these things. And, wow, we did 2 playthroughs with Cazador. One, Asterion left the party, and then I really didn't want that. I wanted him to stay. So we went back, and I was able to get the outcome I wanted. But there are things that you can get in different areas. But you have to change your goals in order to do that. And my goal is to enjoy the game. And something I don't enjoy is going in and out of every single room, opening every single container, replaying scenes until I get the optimal outcome. That's not pleasant to me. That's not play to me. That's work. That's a lot of work to me. By the way, I would like to give you a little secret on something. So, oh my goodness, the carnage. The carnage, the carnage, the carnage. That was a hell of a battle. That was actually a very fun battle because we had a lot of the things that we needed to take care of those folks. Do I have a save near? No, that's all in the dungeon. There is a point where you need to get a key. Oh, it's this one. It's this one right here. Oh, you can't even see the disguise. I had the whole party in disguise. I had the whole party in disguise. Didn't need to. But I made Asterion a gnome. And it's... Can I get that picture up on stream real quick? Hang on. I need... I need to show you. Does it need to be full screen? What? Okay, let's try to add browser tab again. Create new. Oh, no, that's why it needs to be capture window. Not display. Window capture. There it is. There it is. No? Oh, what the heck? Why did you do that? You can't capture that window? Okay, you can capture that. You can't capture photos. Madre de Dios. Oh, because it's not a browser tab. All right. Fine. I guess. I'll just drop them in the Discord so you can see them there. But anyway, we're supposed to have a battle with somebody in the kennels. And get a key off them. So we either have to persuade them right off the bat or get a key off them. And I have -1 to charisma, so nothing I could do. I even tried to send somebody else in there first, and the game kept switching the dialogue to me, which it never does in any other circumstance. It always switches to somebody not me when I don't want it to. And then, it kept switching back to me because I was trying to get somebody else to do it. And then I went, wait a minute. What if I sent Asterion in there, invisible, in sneak mode, and just pickpocketed the key off this thing? Because it was beefy. I mean, for this stupid skeleton, it was a beefy battle that was just, I couldn't do any damage to this damn thing. So I did it. I sent Asterion in. He just pickpocketed the key, and we carried on with the rest of the mission. It was awesome. It was great. You should have been there. Okay. How's everybody doing? Y'all okay out there? You can feel free to join up in the Pillow and Blanket Fort in the Discord if you want. Because, Elaine, you just said something, I know, why, because they have no flesh to take damage and bones are resistant to everything but bludgeoning, I think. Something I just want to say, I want all of you to take a moment and just mentally give younger you, past you, a hug. Oh, you figured out what you want to crochet. Nice. I tried crochet. I tried doing amigurumi, and the best I got was some 90% finished little stuffed pigs. I'm not a crafty person. I'm not an artist. All right, I can write words, I can sing, I can do things like that, but all right, I'm running down to the end of my water there, so oh, they're very cute. Amigurumi. I had a friend in the UK who got me interested in that. And then the cool thing that happened is I have another friend who can like crochet a blanket in a week and makes absolutely gorgeous stuff, but she is a fucking machine. In fact, I think she's more effective than a machine. Makes amazing things. And the fact that I was posting that I was trying this thing and who knew what was going to happen, she got into it. And so even though I didn't really even finish anything, she's made tons of little things in addition to her blankets. That is just great and amazing. Crocheting for 13 years and you love it. Yay! Good heavens. Yep, I know knitters and crocheters and quilters and all kinds of artsy folks. And just not something I was ever interested in enough to become good at. Your grandma taught you to crochet? Ugh. I'm on a call with her and I said, your refusal to tell me what it is you want to make makes me think it's for me. And Elaine was silent. Just crochet him a little amigurumi pig. Them. So, yeah, I think it's been a lovely day. Thank you for putting up with me. I'll figure out how to get Divine Divinity on there way back in the early 80s. Sushi, you can remember the early 80s with me. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I graduated high school elementary school in 81. So high school in 85. You didn't feel like putting up with you. It was like, thank you. Thank you. Well, I feel like that's kind of the audience we get here. That's the occupants of the Pillow and Blanket Fort are just here to hang out together with each other. I love the support that you give each other. Mwah. I love that we have what we have and why we're just going to carry on and continue. So I will be here again tomorrow morning. And if I can figure out how to capture Divine Divinity, we might try that. Because I kind of would like for you to see. I like going behind the scenes on things and doing the backstage tour. And Divine Divinity is a backstage tour of Larian Studios. You talk about your younger days when you could have done things better. They can't take that game back, right? There are things objectively wrong with the programming, and there's nothing you can do. It exists. It lives out there. You can't change it. I mean, you could go back and do a complete remaster, and people do that with some games, but at the end of the day, it's okay to let things exist in the state they're in and go, yeah, that was the best I had at the moment. I think that's what I loved about playing piano, was none of that was recorded. It was such an in-the-moment thing when I was accompanist for the church, and often accompanist and cantor at the same time, that it was just, that was the moment, and that was the experience for those people, and it's never going to happen again. That's it. And I think that's why live performances are so important, why streaming is always going to be more important to me than recording and editing something for YouTube. Because we have this together right now. It's just us. And yeah, maybe I'll drop it to YouTube as a VOD, just so that I have it all recorded. But I think that's where I'm not really scared about what AI is capable of doing, except right now, how much it's stealing. That is my main concern with AI, is that it is just straight up thieving current artistic content in order to generate things. But why I don't think it's ever going to take over, because it's sort of like, yeah, well, there might be Red Lobster and Olive Garden and all of those other places out there, TGI Fridays and Applebee's, but there will be nothing like sitting down at a dinner party with friends for a meal that was made right then and there. And I feel like those very personal experiences will see the tables turn, where the artificial mass-produced experience will become less valuable. At least that's my hope. That's what we're here for. So let me give you this right here. We're not going on a break. We are going to end the stream. Okay. I love you. Please take care of yourself. I want you to love yourself. Be your best lover. Nurture yourself. Speak in nurturing ways to you. Okay, take care of your appetites in healthy ways. This is my hope for you. So anytime you forget about it, you just come back here once a week and get reminded. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Everybody who's out there in chat, I'm not reading out any names. Those of you who've been here, Sushi, Elaine, and Sned, though, for recently, just thank you for the conversation and supporting one another and caring for one another. I love you. All right. I'll see you tomorrow if you're here, and if not, then we'll come back next week, and who knows what we're doing. We'll figure it out when we get there. All right. Take care. I love you. Bye.